I was just watching a video, and people were talking about retiring on very small amounts of money. For one reason or another, with the things that are in the wings nowadays, who knows what's going to happen? Anything can happen, right? And if somehow your bank account disappeared, what would you do?
Hello and welcome to our Retire Early lifestyle. We're not messing around here. We mean it wholeheartedly when we say it is time to start enjoying your life. Jobless. Here are the latest superficial headlines on YouTube with their corresponding talking points about the same old run-of-the-mill countries. Best countries, 320,000 views. Cheapest countries, 189,000 views. Easiest countries, 359,000 views. And this is in just 2 days. Americans are running after fairy tales in foreign countries while they could be enjoying the real thing right here in their own country. It costs more, so what? You get what you pay for. We all know that. If you have a neck and shoulders and your head sits on it, then you have a thinking mind. And in that head, you can change something in your lifestyle to lower your cost of living and still be content. We're going to share, in a nutshell, a little bit about our wonderful lifestyle for a moment.
I've done just about a little bit of everything in life. I mean, I've started a career as a wheeler dealer in business as a young man. I changed course and embraced simple living and a better lifestyle, retire early lifestyle. We've traveled around the United States. We've traveled the world. We've done all these things. We've homesteaded in USA, raised our children on a homestead for over 10 years. So we've done all those things. And so I don't know what you would do if you had to retire with no savings and just rely on Social Security.
I'm here to say we did all of those things so far in our life without ever working at a job or being an employee. Now, we're going to talk to you about some enterprises we ventured into in our early to mid-20s. Frank and I retired early in our mid-20s. I know, that seems young, doesn't it? You should watch the video if you haven't seen it yet. I'll put the link below the video. I stopped working at a job at the age of 22. Frank stopped working at a job at the age of 23. But just because we early retired does not mean we stopped working and doing things.
I've had the good pleasure to be around and go around the world and be in different countries and spend a lot of time in the USA, be around retirees even there. And one of the premises that I see that crops up a lot is the idea that people think that they're going to retire and they're not ever going to do anything that's financially beneficial for themselves.
Even long-time retired multi-millionaires have been found moonlighting on some kind of earning activity. Why? Because it keeps you interested and sharp instead of withering and cranky. So then our retire early goal needs to be tempered with the added definition that what we actually mean is an ongoing, long-term, or entire life of semi-retirement. You go into semi-retirement as early as possible, and then you maintain that for the rest of your life, a lifelong semi-retired state. So, the end result of this wonderful state of being is that I was able to be home with our sons. Isn't that important? People think when you retire that you'll never work again. It's not true, and that is the biggest misnomer about early retirement. What it means to semi-retire early is not to work at a job for other people. There are as many ways to do this as there are people talking about it, but for us it resulted in enjoying our 3.5-acre homestead and raising and homeschooling our 3 sons, traveling the U.S. in a 30-foot travel trailer, and regularly engaging in activities we derived some kind of satisfaction and benefit all in one, until we moved abroad as a family 15 years ago. As you know, we made videos of our budget life and cost of living in Cuenca, Ecuador, and people would contact us constantly. wanting us to help them get a nice house like ours for under $300. And so we started helping people. It was very fulfilling work to help Americans go local and also slow down and maybe totally stop the destruction of gringo pricing spiral from the Rams. Between 2012 and 2017, Americans were moving to Ecuador in droves. Yes, droves. Our $300 Cuenca rental enterprise was just another family-operated endeavor where we were servicing expats with finding locally priced rental homes. It was a fun venture because we got to meet new people every week and show them apartments and houses. We kept our lifestyle while helping people find comfortable big apartments and homes. We were happy and enjoyed helping keep the rents low for the locals, and the locals were happy. The expats were happy with their comfortable apartments at the local prices. So yes, it was fun. But we would never have been able to manage this rental micro enterprise if Frank had not learned Spanish. Learning the language of the country you move to can actually open doors to you in ways most people cannot imagine. You don't have to be fluent, but you do have to be able to communicate with the local real estate agents and landlords to run this type of service abroad. You have to look over the contract, which were almost always in Spanish, and Frank had to make sure the expats weren't getting taken advantage of.
It's really nice to be able to benefit from the experience of somebody that's been here for a while and knows their way around, has learned the language, because we're learning, but we're not good at it yet. Someone that can read the contracts, and someone that we feel very good about their level of integrity and their desire to look out for our best interests. We took our contract that you read for us, Frank, and made some amendments to, and took it to our Ecuadorian attorney, and he was in total agreement with everything that you were expecting to be changed on the lease.
But there was a lot of things that were done. It wasn't just like one line, right?
No, there were several points that you took issue with and either modified or eliminated. And in retrospect, of course, we didn't need an attorney to take a look at that, but we already had one anyway. So we went ahead and paid to have him look at it as well, and he basically just verified that everything you guys did, that you specifically Frank did, was right on the money.
Great. So in a way, it was a good way to keep tabs on your attorney.
That's true too. Another fun venture we had when living in Ecuador is writing books. We had a good seller. It was a travel guidebook about moving to Cuenca, Ecuador, and it was selling like hotcakes for the first 3 years. People loved the book because it helped them get around town and told them where to go and how to save money. And get this, our YouTube channel at that time was doing way better than it does now. We would showcase some of the beautiful rental homes we would find on our YouTube channel, and people really liked those videos. Yes, creating videos on YouTube is a micro enterprise, but it can be risky. Look what happened to this channel when we started showing people how it really is living in a foreign country. The bottom line is, and the point of this video is, we've always found a way to keep our semi-retired lifestyle. The main thing is keeping our lifestyle and enjoying the moment now, not 20 to 40 years from now. That's because you make your schedule. You say when you're going to work. You take time off whenever you want. You're in charge when you do a micro enterprise. And really, that's why we call it an enterprise, because it is an enterprise. The enterprise works for you, not the other way around.
People need to redefine the word work, because I see people giving other people advice such as this. Oh, well, you can always find a part-time job that you enjoy. Well, that sounds good, right? But how good does it really sound to somebody that has been working a job for so long that they really don't want anything else? They don't want to ever again have anything to do with even the thought of having a job. And the way to get out of that trap is to not take a job. And to make your own job and make your own. For example, I'll give you some examples, okay? I met this retired woman a while back ago, and I do this as I go through the course of my day doing the things that I do. Like I'm looking for a deal on, I'm looking, I don't know, maybe some seed onions or whatever. So I'm answering an ad, and I called the lady about the onions, and then there's special onions that you don't find at the store, and special bunching onions that propagate really easy because I was a gardener. And she couldn't contain her excitement that she had sold $300 worth of onions that month. Now, this is a retired person. She said, I'm just retired on Social Security. I sold $300 worth of onions this month. She was so excited about it. You see what I'm saying? This is so different than a job. I'm not telling you to go plant onions and sell them. I'm just saying that, you find your own groove and you find the thing, so you find your own thing that you enjoy, that you find fulfillment in.
Well, somebody commented on our video that we did just previously, and she walks dogs, and she says, I feel like I'm retired because that's what I do. Did you see that comment?
I remember that woman, and I thought it was a really interesting story. And so each person has their own story. And again, it's not that you have to go to some employer and take on a job and be on a regimented,
Exactly.
time scale. If you want to sell the bunching onions this week, you do, and if you don't feel like it, you don't do it. It's different when you're making your own work. It's a totally different game than the just canned advice that a lot of times you get, people that says, well, you can just get a part-time job that you like. To me, for example, if I was going to get paid to come to the beach, that's what making videos is, though. But let's just say that it was a job. The minute you start telling me I have to be here from this hour to this hour and get so much per hour, to me that just takes the fun out of it. But if you say, well, you can go there and you can do this or do that or not do it, or you can do something else. So it's just the freedom.
We hear and see Americans struggling with money matters all the time, but they have no time to do anything about it. They're working too hard for too little, and their time goes to their employer, so that everything else in their life takes a back seat. Time is money, and money is time. You've heard of that, right? Some people are so busy chasing that million or two, they forget they're married. They forget they have children. They forget they have to take care of their health. They forget what is really important in life. If you're just a single guy or gal chasing that couple million, have at it. But if you're a married man chasing a million or two, do it together with your spouse, or at the very least, do not leave your family behind and go out of town to do it. A man or woman that is never home will catch up with you in terrible ways. I know this firsthand, okay? We almost destroyed our marriage over this when we were much younger, but that's water under the bridge now. But let me not veer off from the money. Sometimes there are sacrifices we must make in life, such as when we first bought this old fixer house. We didn't want to move back to the USA and lose our lifestyle. Many people that have gone abroad on a budget years ago and now want to come back say they can't afford it. The way we do it is we prioritize our lifestyle. Why? Because we believe it is a gift from God, and what God gives is the pearl. So we decided to buy an old fixer. Now, this old fixer was nasty, and at first we had to stay in a nearby hotel for 3 days just to clean the nastiness out of this place. As you can see, it was pretty disgusting. We worked day and night to bring the house up to a barely livable condition, and we moved in. No rent, no mortgage, and no debt. But we paid very little for the house, and we have now gotten the place very livable, and we're enjoying the fruits of that labor. We laugh every day that we still have our semi-retired lifestyle. Our lifestyle has not changed in over 40 years, whether we're abroad or back in our homeland of North America. This old house will give us something to do for a while still, but it's something that comes back to your own enjoyment. But anyway, this is why we left the expat life and came home, because, well, the vacation was finally over after 13 years, and we only lasted that long because we had our sons with us. We went abroad as a family, as you know. We knew coming home would have its challenges, but we also knew we could do it and still enjoy our retirement lifestyle, even though it is more expensive in the USA We just simply did it our way by buying this old fixer. You don't have to do it that way. That's just what we did. The secret is out. Living the simple life or an uncomplicated life is the pearl. We're happy with what we have, chickens and all. We don't owe any institution a dime. Our property taxes are low, and we have a lifetime of experience in doing well on small means, and we're living the lifestyle. We simply use our God-given abilities and creativity to make things happen. You have to trust in divine providence and not fear lack or fear of not having. What do you like to do? What skills do you have? If you were to start a micro enterprise, what would that be?
What should I do as a micro enterprise? So we've already said that the micro enterprise can be an activity that normally is thought of in a big business, but it has to be sized differently. And it has to be sized smaller so that it can do the job of serving your needs, not the other way around, where you're serving the needs of the enterprise. It could be any activity that gives you the life balance that you want.
We're here to say you don't need to move to a foreign country to make your money go further. All you need to do is put on that creativity cap and revel in all the ways you can make your life better right here at home.
And so I just want to encourage people that if you are looking at retirement with no savings or very little savings, look at it as a way to that this is the time that you can really shine and start getting a little more creative with how you see life and what you do, because our way of looking at life has produced a life full of experiences and abundance, and it's all because we've been able to depend on our God-given creativity and positive attitude and possibility thinking.
Take care, everyone, and be blessed. Bye-bye.